A very, very warm welcome to all of our prospective learners and guardians to the UCT OHS Open Day. I'm absolutely delighted to be able to welcome you to spending the afternoon with us. My team and I are so very excited to be showcasing UCT Online High School to you this afternoon. My name is Tessa Fenter and I am the Executive Head of School, and it is my privilege to have you join me this afternoon. So we have a jam-packed agenda for you this afternoon, so please do bear with us. We're really hoping that today we'll be able to give you as much of an experience as possible, get answers to the questions. I already see so many questions coming through in the chat, which I absolutely love. Hopefully we'll be able to get to all of them during the course of the day, and also really get you excited about joining UCT Online High School in 2025. So the program today is as follows. You are currently in assembly, so welcome to our assembly this afternoon. After this, you will go and join an online campus walkthrough where you'll be able to see all the magic that happens in our online campus. After that, you'll be joining one of our subject specialists, better known as our teachers, for an academic live session. And after that, we break between the learners and the guardians. So our learners who are joining us today, you guys will go into a learner check-in session with our incredible support coaches. I've had a sneak peek of what they have planned there, and you really, really don't want to miss it. It looks like it's going to be loads of fun. And then after that, you will join a virtual club session where you'll be able to get your baking on. So I hope that you are excited to engage with that. Guardians, at that point, you'll be joining myself and two of my incredible colleagues in a guardian session where we'll be able to take you through some of the most pressing questions that I'm sure that you all have today around online school, some of the things that you need to think about, as well as how we really go above and beyond to support guardians. And then we'll wrap up the afternoon with a leadership squad event. Our matric leader learners are really excited to be able to host this event for you, and some of them are actually going to be running part of assembly today as well. So before we get into the excitement of the afternoon, we really want to make sure that you have a fantastic experience with us this afternoon. So we want to run through a couple of practical things with you to ensure that it's a positive experience, that it's a smooth experience. So you would have received an email that has all of the links for the different sessions this afternoon, a reminder that you will need to join every session separately. Much like you would if you were at an online school, you'd have to join all your sessions separately. But also, if you don't have that email open, if you can't find it, please don't panic, because at the end of each session that you are in, we'll pop a link to the next session into the chat as well. So we really, as I said, want to make sure that you have a really smooth day and that you have a really smooth experience with us. So you'll see over there some of the controls that you can expect to use during the course of today. I'll go through these in a little bit more detail in a moment. But essentially, we'd love to see your faces. I see a lot of black screens on at the moment. Please turn your cameras on. We'd love to see who we're talking to and engaging with this afternoon. We'll tell you how to mute and unmute, how and when to raise your hand. And then also, we also love a good emoji. I see some of you already using those emojis. Please go ahead and use them as well. But let's go into some more of the specifics around how to engage this afternoon. So how do you turn your camera on? At the bottom, you see a little control panel over there. You see a little video camera. If it's red and it's got a line through, your camera's off. Please just click on it and it'll turn that camera on. Again, we love to have that interactivity and engagement. To unmute, again, you will see a little microphone in the bottom in your control panel. If it is red, it means that you are muted. We would ask that you keep it muted during the presentations this afternoon, just so that the presenters can make sure that everybody is having a great experience. In some sessions today, you won't be able to unmute, but you will be able to pop questions and things into the chat as well. So don't panic if you can't unmute. How and when to raise your hand. So there's a little hand signal at the bottom there. It should be clear at the moment. If you press on it, and I see some of you have already over there, if you press on it, it will raise your hand. It will tell us that you have a question. Just a note that during the course of the afternoon, if you do raise your hand, we will only be able to answer questions towards the end of a session, time allowing. The best way to get answers if you have a really pressing question, pop them in the chat or pop them in the Q&A. So there's a Q&A piece, there's a chat piece, pop them in there. We have our awesome admissions team on hand, our awesome marketing team on hand as well. They're able to pop answers into the chat for you as well. Best way to get your answers this afternoon. And then finally, as I said, we love an emoji. Please make use of your emojis. Tell us what you love, celebrate with us, cheer for the presenters this afternoon. We really encourage this level of engagement in our sessions. So just a couple of tips to have a really smooth experience with us this afternoon. Yes, if I can just ask that you keep yourself muted, it would mean that everybody is able to have a great experience with us this afternoon. Just a reminder not to panic around keeping that email open with all of those links. At the end of every session, we'll pop a link into the chat so that you know which session to go to next. Okay, so now that we've got some of the technical pieces out the way, let's really get into some of the fun stuff around online school. And part of that is the ability to share the experience with others. We'd love to know where you're joining us from. Take a selfie, take a picture, tag us on Instagram, let us know where you're joining in from, let us know what you love, and we're really looking forward to sharing the experience with you all this afternoon. So there you go, hashtag UCT OHS experience on Instagram, tag us, and let's have a conversation on social media as well. So why online school? My hope is that you're asking yourself this question if you're joining us this afternoon. Online school has piqued your interest. You're thinking about online school. Maybe you've experienced online school before. Maybe you haven't. But I'm hoping that this afternoon you can get some answers for yourself around why online school. My hope today is that you will be excited and inspired by what you experience, and you will leave today realizing that an online high school is a connected community that prides itself on offering learners an opportunity to really craft their futures. So pre-COVID, and the concept of online school was certainly a very new one in South Africa. Yes, there were definitely online schools in other parts of the world, but to put it in context, at the start of 2020, there were approximately 3 online schools in South Africa. Only 3. And post-COVID, today, we see over 30 online schools in South Africa. That's a huge growth. And what that suggests to me is that there is really a need and increasing appreciation for what online school can offer. My assumption, and please, this is very much an assumption today, is that those of you joining us, if you haven't experienced online school before, are at least asking yourself the question, well, what does it look like for me or my child to go to school online? Is this something that could actually work? And will it set me or will it set my child up for success? And will it enable them to pursue their dreams? So at UCT Online High School, we are all about unleashing potential and ensuring that the leaders of tomorrow, and I see some of you leaders of tomorrow joining us today, that you are given as many opportunities as possible. We want as many learners as possible to be able to complete their matric and pursue their post-school dreams. So whether that's university, whether it's a technical qualification, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's internship, or any other of the millions of options that are available, that you as learners, as the youth of South Africa, are able to pursue that. But we're not just pretty words in a presentation, and I hope you get to experience that today. Today, you're going to get a chance to experience the inclusivity, the diversity, and the excellence that is UCT Online High School. You will have an opportunity to engage with the people behind the screens, because while we're an online school that really prides itself on our technology, we are people first and foremost, and we care deeply about our learners and their future. So back to this question of why online school? Well, actually, I'm not going to answer that for you today. I hope that this afternoon gives you an insight and the ability to answer for yourself about why online school could work for you, could work for your child. And I hope that at the end of today, you walk away with resounding confidence and that you are able to see yourself as part of the UCT online high school community. I am now thrilled to hand over to my incredible colleague, Daniela Randall, who is our head of wellbeing and engagement, to take us through the rest of assembly.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Fenter. It is incredible to see how vast the areas are of you popping where you're from in the chats here. And it is with such pride that I introduce wellbeing and engagement. I saw a Guardian asking there about the social development of their children in the chats. So the wellbeing and engagement team has got three components. We have engagement, psychosocial development, and academic support. Next slide, please. So Sarah is our academic support lead. She has a background in occupational therapy, and I'm the head of wellbeing and engagement at our wonderful school, and I have 17 years of experience in the educational environment. Please. A bit about wellbeing and engagement. We primarily focus on group counseling, and there is always emergency support when required. Wellbeing engagement prides itself on our wellbeing and engagement website, where we really focus on psychoeducation, prevention before intervention. We have a lot of training available to our guardians, our staff, and our learners. We host multiple webinars. We love our scholarship learner involvement and have a dedicated team that supports them as well. We pride ourselves on our virtual clubs. Your learners will get a wonderful insight into the world on land of virtual clubs a bit later today. We have assemblies where Mrs. Fenter and I are trying to mimic what we host every 2 weeks on a Monday morning, together with our staff and our learner leaders. We have our learner leadership squad and connect events, and they will be addressing you today, these phenomenal young leaders. We have our academic support. And I'm going to hand over to Sarah, who's also joined us today, to chat a little bit about what we offer and what that means. Sarah, over to you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Kelly, and I'm going to be focusing on the academic support division within the wellbeing and engagement team. So this division mainly focuses on inclusion and accessibility for our learners with diverse learning needs. And we have a large focus on learners with known barriers to learning. So within this offering, we focus on our website content, which has a large focus on learning differences, support, and exam coaching and concessions. We also have a support group.
Mrs. Fenter, I'm happy to take over there. I think Mrs. Kelly is having some issues with her sound, but we have got a support group for our neurodiverse learners where they can find a community to connect and to engage with one another. And then the concessions and accommodations that we implement, just for a very brief overview, because we are a mainstream school with inclusive practices, is to look at internal accommodations in their grade 8 and grade 9 year, and then with Sakai, they get approval in their grade 10, 11, and 12 year. Quickly chat about our awards program as well, which is a really exciting initiative of UCT Online High School. We know that effective learning hinges on fostering positive learning behaviors. And at UCT Online High School, we leverage the principles of behavioral science and rewards to cater to the unique developmental stages and the motivation of young adults. So our learners earn tokens and for their positive learning behaviors, which really does foster a sense of accomplishment and really encourages them for continuous improvement. These tokens are awarded for completing their module parts, submitting formal assessments on time, and attending live sessions inter alia. And then these tokens can be redeemed on our reward store. So our learners can purchase rewards, experiences, and items outright, or enter raffles for high-value items, which is a really wonderful way to show the learners that their hard work and dedication is seen, and another beautiful engagement space for our learners to reap the rewards of their engagement. I'm now going to hand over to Lerato and the team of our Learner Leadership Squad to take it away.
Thank you, Mrs. Randall. Welcome, families, to our assembly. I hope you're having a wonderful and engaging time. My name is Lerato Tella, and I feel so happy and honored to be here as your matric learner leader today. Our learners will also be telling us why they love UCT Online High School. And first up, we have Musika, who will share about her time and what she loves about being on the leadership squad.
Hello, UCT Online High School. I'm Musika Landela and I'm proud to be part of the 2024 Leadership Squad. And I'm excited to share with you what it's like to be a learner leader. Being a learner leader has been a journey of discovery in understanding true leadership. It's not about standing alone, but about collaborating as a cohesive team. It's about harnessing collective strengths to achieve shared goals rather than seeking individual recognition, or the spotlight. Through our collaborative efforts within the leadership squad, I've learned firsthand how diverse perspectives enrich and elevate our ideas into something very impactful. At UCT Online High School, being a learner leader means actively shaping experiences for others, whether organizing welcoming events for new grade 8 learners or leading virtual clubs. Every initiative is a chance to foster school spirit and unity among peers. Alongside that, you gain privileged access to information for school assemblies. You get all the updates before everyone else. Kind of like being the school secret agent, but without the spy gadgets. It's a role filled with both excitement and responsibility, and I am so grateful for the chance to contribute to our amazing school community. Thank you.
Next up, we have another learner leader, Erin, who will share what she loves about the rewards program, which Mrs. Randall spoke about earlier.
Hi, my name is Chirido Erin Funyu. I'm part of your Matric Leadership Squad and Scholarship and Mentorship Squad. Today, we'll be delving into UCT Online High School's rewards program. What is the rewards program all about? Well, this program uses extrinsic awards in order to encourage students for logging onto the online campus, engaging with course material, attending live sessions, and accessing and completing mastery checks and assignments. This is usually given off in the form of points, which are redeemable in the reward store for amazing prizes. The excitement and motivation that is gained through accessing and purchasing rewards fuels students' engagement in the online space. The rewards are endless. Imagine getting free weekly access to your favorite gym, access to certain websites and courses, discounts on your favorite items and books, podcast mics, even sessions with people from certain careers. All of these just to celebrate the small and huge wins of prioritizing and actively engaging with all your studies and your course content. One might ask, how do you get so many points in the rewards program? Well, it's not about studying until you're burnt out or studying for incredibly long hours or trying to attend every single live session, even when you have clashes with your schedules or you have other priorities outside of school. It's about preparing beforehand, making sure that your schedule aligns with your strengths and prioritizing what is important. It's about checking your schedule, making sure there are no clashes with certain activities that you need to do, as well as your classes. And remember, you don't have to be perfect. We all have different schedules and priorities. Some weeks are better than others, some days a little more challenging than other days. These rewards and points are not there to indicate which students are better at what, which students log more onto the online campus. It's about celebrating the small and big wins of accomplishing your goals, completing your work, and doing your absolute best to engage in the online space.
And now, I will finally hand over to Zuzu and Nonkosi, who will be sharing what they love about UCT OHS.
Good afternoon, parents, guardians, and learners. My name is Zukanye Masombuga, and I'm so proud to be in the Matric Leadership Squad. I am from Durban, so what I love about my school is because of the bonds and the memories. You know, UCT has just given me so much time to myself. Like, I'm able to do things that I've always wanted to do. You know, going to Nepal for practice and travel. It's been better because I'm in the leadership squad, because joining the leadership squad has been an amazing journey. You know, the love you get from your support coaches and your friends is absolutely amazing. There's so much I could talk about our school and how it is. The support coaches are the best. I've had Coach Jessica, who is my support coach last year and my staff champ, as well as Coach Eric, who is my support coach this year. They've been our stepping stones and forever will be our stepping stones. I can reassure that all your learners will have the best year of their lives and the support they get from everyone. You know, in my homeroom, we've got a bit of an inside joke, as you know, they would say on weird days about who's most likely to get, you know, their learners in 2027. Apparently it's me. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But yet again, there are people in my homeroom who don't even have their learners. So, you know, they'll be saying, I'll be riding my bicycle for the rest of my life. So those type of jokes and those type of things make your day brighter. Nonkosi, to you.
Hi, I'm one of the people in Zuzu's homeroom. Usually when we talk about the bicycle joke, tring tring follows. So welcome parents and prospective learners. I am Nongosi Kumalo. I'm also part of the Learner Leadership Squad of 2024. I'm matriculant, obviously, and I'm very excited to be here with all of you. I have a bad case of giggles, so if I just start giggling along the way, bear with me and join. Okay, I was asked to tell you what I love about my school as well, and really what I love about my school is that it's constantly improving and working to making the online schooling environment so much better for learners and parents. Every termly, you could say, we get a survey asking us how do we think the school can be improved, what we think can be improved in the school, how do you think we should go about it? And honestly, it's a beautiful thing in the sense that your voice will always be heard, your concerns will be noted, and they will be worked on. They won't just be something that people open and they just put in spam and be like, oh, she's bothering me. But it's something that will constantly be worked on, and that's one thing I love about my school. And another thing that I love about UC Online High School is the staff. I don't mean to brag, but we have the best teachers in the school, guys. Like, I am part of Zuzu's homeroom, which Lada's also part of, and our support coach is really the highlight of my week constantly. Our teachers are awesome. They are willing to help us. They are willing to adjust to make sure that we understand the topic. We could just stand here for stay in the meeting for 10 minutes just getting over adjectives because somebody's lost. And it's a beautiful thing knowing that your learner will never be left behind. They just have to put in the work and the effort, and they will be there and they will be succeeding. And what other thing? Oh, I've been at UCT Online High School for 3 years now since the virtual part of it opened. So I like to consider myself an OG of the school as well. And this school has been really, the journey here at UCT Online High School has been really a memorable one and a joyous one. Like, I've made some awesome friends in the online schooling environment, even though we don't meet, like, I haven't met any of them because one is like in Pumalanga, what is somewhere else, and it's a beautiful thing. I know people everywhere, so if I just pop up overseas, I might be like, girl, hit me up, like, I know you there, so it's a beautiful thing. You make connections all over the place. And what other thing that I love, there's so many things. And what's this? Yeah, we have awesome teachers. The environment is honestly so beautiful because we have teachers that are constantly making it enjoyable for our learners, making it engaging. And yeah, the school really has made an environment where I can connect with people who I absolutely adore. And the school has really prepared me for university because I really appreciate it though, because I was taught time management, I was taught how to prioritize, I was taught all these things. And I was also taught how to hold myself accountable and responsible for my work. I have to meet my deadlines. I have to make sure I am there in class. I have to put in the work to get the hours and to get that 80 on the report. You get what I'm saying? So that's one thing I really love about the school. And honestly, the school has really so much to offer. There's virtual clubs, which, wow, one thing about our virtual clubs is they hit home, hey? There's many workshops that we host during the school term. There's just talking sessions with teachers where we can just have fun and jokes and talk about Zuzu's bicycle because it's getting a little outdated, Miss Girl. You need a new one. And the license, you know what I'm saying? And just all these things. And we have this well-being team that always makes sessions that really are there to help us. And that's really what I love about my school. I hope you join and get your own experience, and don't hear my words, experience it for yourself. Thank you very much.
Hi.
Thank you so much, Nonkosi. We can now move on to UCT OHS that has Got Talent. UCT OHS hosts a Got Talent, which shows a Got Talent show in term 4. We have 5 internal grade shows and then a grand finale of our top submissions. This is a greatly anticipated event, and I'm thrilled to share a preview of some of our singing talent for this year's show.
Yeah, we're just the lovers, sitting in the car, listening to blog, falling for each other, thinking orange skies, feeling super child.
I don't know how to feel. You are the source of my salvation. You are, you are, you are. But I can't bring myself to swim when I am drowning in this silence, baby. Feel the world around me. I had no time to choose. Let me photograph you in this light in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized.
I mean, we are talented. I will now hand over to Mrs. Randall for the Friday motivation.
Thank you so much, Lerato. I'm all choked up. Every time I watch that snippet of them singing, my mom heart wants to explode. Incredibly proud. So I really just want to talk about a tribute to the women in our community, as well as the community that continues to raise us far beyond our teenage years. From Maya Angelou, a woman in harmony with her spirit is like a river flowing. She goes where she will without pretense and arrives at her destination prepared to be herself and only herself. National Women's Day and Month is referred to as a turning point in the role of women in the struggle for freedom and society at large. Since that eventful day in 1956, women from all walks of life became equal partners in the struggle for a non-racial and non-sexist South Africa. So as we come to the close of Women's Month, where we as South Africans pay homage to women, let's work together in setting a blueprint that calls for uniqueness and youisms, one that embraces and celebrates the beauty that also exists in our differences. Remember Maya Angelou's wisdom. If you are always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can truly be. So I encourage us all to continue to celebrate, encourage, and seek the amazing that you and we can be. I'm going to hand over to Zuzu.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so we have some good news and quick reminders. Stay tuned. Nonkosi, girl, tell us the good news.
Lo and behold, as our token of appreciation for your attendance and your engagement with today's programs, we have a prize one, my bad. We have a prize for one of our families here. Zuzu?
Hey, I wish my parents were here to take this prize, but it's okay. A prize that could be won by one of our families here. You can stand a chance to win a gaming laptop.
Featuring an Intel Core i7 processor and an 8 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM.
This powerhouse of a device is the perfect tool for unleashing your full potential.
Our price, my bad. I keep saying prices. I'm so sorry. Our price will be announced at the Connect event, which is at the end of today. Can't wait to see you there.
Lorato, over to you, girl.
Thank you, Zuzu. And thank you, guardians and learners, for joining our assembly. We are so excited that you spent your day with us, and I'm proud to introduce to you our next session, which is to welcome you to the online campus. You may gain access to this session via the chat, which will be shared by Ms.
Thank you very much to everybody who joined us for assembly. That link is there in the chat, and we look forward to welcoming you into the next session, which is the online campus. We'll see you all shortly.